Little Rod the Mod for you. Rod Stewart, Forever Young, which, of course, besides being a good song, I love Rod Stewart, plays right into what Bill O'Reilly wrote about this week. BillO'Reilly.com, which is really a great place to go. You don't need any of the cable networks. Just go to BillO'Reilly.com. The articles are great. The interviews are amazing. His TV stuff. He was the best. He still is the best. He'll always be the best. The title of his column this week, Wise Up Young People, talking about how basically the millennials, the young folks in this country, are being led astray, brainwashed. And they're going to wake up one day and find themselves in a place that they don't want to be. And he's exactly right. With that said, here's our good friend, the great Bill O'Reilly, back from vacation. Good morning, Bill.
I'm watching Channel 7. Let me turn it off for a minute. Hold on. It's off. I got it off.
That's it. It's going to be the trend now.
Well, Bill's going to write a column tomorrow at BillO'Reilly.com. F. Bill Ritter.
Well, maybe not.
You got to understand something about local news, though. These guys, I used to work at Channel 2 local news way, way back when in the glory days. And you guys, I don't know whether you're old enough to remember Jim Jensen and
Sure.
these guys.
Mentioned his name this morning, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I mean, it was the glory days. But today, it's more like an assembly line. I don't even know if Ritter has any clue about this stuff or what the rundown is. I mean, it's a whole different thing now. It's almost like going to Kmart. You just, okay, on the shelf, here's what we do. We don't do anything after that. We don't do anything out of the ordinary. We don't raise any controversies. I'm not making excuses for the guy. I mean, I think it's a New York story that should be confronted. You guys did a nice job on it. But it may not be a malevolent intent by him.
Well, that's very benevolent of you to...
So you know I am Mr. Benevolence.
That's right.
That's who I am.
So, Big Bill O'Reilly, you were out in California.
Yeah.
And, you wrote a column and incorporated your visit to California in it. Tell us about that.
Well, the highlight of my visit was I had dinner with Clint Eastwood.
Is that right?
Oh, no kidding.
Was that in Carmel?
That was in Monterey.
Oh, I love that area, Monterey, Carmel, Big
This
Sur.
is how amazing this guy is. He's 89 years old at the end of this month. And right after his birthday, he's starting a new movie in Georgia about Richard Jewell, the guy who, in the Olympic bombing, who was...
Atlanta,
I'm sorry. Yeah, but it was the Olympic bombing in Atlanta.
Yep.
That the FBI hosed. I mean, 89 years old. The guy is still cranking. The Mule's a good movie. So he's a fascinating guy, most successful actor in history, and I like to interview. I wasn't an interviewer. I mean, I've known him for a long, long time. But I like to talk to people of accomplishment. Anyway, California is a state that is similar to New York in the sense that the central government out of Sacramento is like Albany, in the sense it wants to control every single thing that people who live in California do. And this was you mentioned the column on the millennials, Forever Stupid. Forever Young. It's the Green New Deal. Okay, look, we all want a clean planet and ocean, and any sane person wants that. And if you could have a nice car that didn't run on fossil fuels, as you turn the key and it fired on up, and you could go to the store, I think everybody buy it. But if you got to put a 15-foot hose in your garage with a thing that might blow up every second, you got to take a look at it. And it's $90,000. All right. So this Green New Deal basically gives power to the government to tell you what to do every second of your life. And shockingly to me, there are people who want this. They want to be told, from the moment they get up to the moment they go to bed, what to do and how to do it. This is called totalitarianism. And in order to institute a Green New Deal or to even live in California, you have to cede personal freedoms all over the place. And if you don't, they're going to fine you, make you pay and pay and pay and pay. I had a $300 a night hotel room in San Francisco at Fisherman's Wharf. You know what the final total was? $450. $450. Because San Francisco and the city of California tacked on. Oh, yeah, I got a carpet? We have a carpet tax.
Yep,
oh, there's a window? You have a window tax.
Yep.
I mean, this is what they're doing. And it's organized theft. Where does the money go? Nobody knows where the money goes. Congestion pricing. You really think that money is going to go to improve the subway? Anyone? No, it's not.
Hell no.
They're charging $45 to get across the Verrazano Bridge now. Where's that money? Where's it going? There's no accountability.
Nope.
So my column is, look, you youngsters, as Ed Sullivan used to say. That's how old I am. I don't know how the youngsters. Okay, if you want to live in a totalitarian country, you've got a few. You could go over to Beijing right now. They'll be happy to see you. All right? But if you don't, you have to work things out in the private marketplace and self-reliance. You have to make it on your own. Bill de Blasio is not going to help you.
No.
He's in the gym all day.
Sleeping.
And he's still flabby. Tell me about that. Is that efficient?
That's a riddle.
That's true. Hey, the very last couple of sentences, it's a brilliant column. Wise up, young Americans. You're being used. You won't like living in Cuba. That says it all. The brilliant Bill O'Reilly here with Bernie and Sid. So, Bill, by the way, I asked about Carmel because Clint Eastwood was once the mayor of Carmel. Yes. Yep. We love that area, too. The Bill Barr hearing yesterday on the Hill, any takeaways from that? I mean, it was kind of predictable.
Yeah. Here's what nobody will tell you.
Oh, good.
The reason the viciousness is at the level it is because next week, the Justice Department is going to issue the so-called Horowitz report. Joe DeGenova, a very smart guy, lawyer in D.C., well-connected, said on BillO'Reilly.com, there is a 100% chance that James Comey, McCabe, these FBI guys, are going to be referred for criminal charges.
100%.
That's what Joe DeGenova said.
Yes.
That caught me by surprise, and not much does. I said, what? So the wise guys in D.C. on the Democratic side know there's a big bomb going to drop next week.
Wow.
They want to destroy Barr's credibility because Barr is the guy who's going to have to bring these charges against the FBI. That's what this is all about. Have you heard that anywhere? Did Bill Ritter report that?
No, actually, I did say that, though, Bill O'Reilly. I must tell you.
You said that,
I most definitely did say they're trying to discredit him.
I'm sorry. Was that, at 4:30 in the morning? Did I miss that?
I said it even earlier in the week. He is investigating the investigators. He confirmed it yesterday, that corrupt cabal of Comey, his henchman McCabe, Stroke Page, Brennan Clapper, all these guys all of these guys are on the hook for this investigation where they let Hillary off the hook and they tried to frame the president.
He has been saying it, so I can attest to that, Bill. But
listen. I'm not being a wise guy now.
Yeah.
McGurk's a very smart guy. He hides it. But he's a very smart guy. That's why I put him on The Factor. I had him on every week. People going, Bernard McGurk. I said, the guy is really smart. Listen to him.
I'll take that.
Tuesday nights, I was great with Greg Gutfeld. So I want your opinion on this. So I keep hearing Page and Strzok and McCabe and Comey. What about Loretta Lynch? Will it get to her?
No, I don't think so. Not right away. That's a flip. So once you arrest someone and once you charge them in the criminal justice system in the USA, they're given an opportunity to, lessen their jeopardy by testifying against other people. That's what will happen here. So I think there'll be 3 or 4 criminal referrals, and then they'll bring them in and say, look, you got to tell us why you did what you did. If it goes upstairs, you got to tell us that, or you're going. So that's usually the way it does. I don't expect the whole thing to be laid out by Horowitz. Remember, Horowitz is a very, very cautious man, very cautious. But I know that's why the Democrats are trying to destroy Barr now to get his credibility down to 0. So when this drops, they're going to say, Barr can't investigate it. That's what they're trying to do.
Right, he's a Trump flunky. Listen, Big Bill O'Reilly, we love having you on. BillO'Reilly.com.
We missed you last week. We
did. BillO'Reilly.com. The book, you can pre-order it at BillO'Reilly.com. The United States of Trump. And Bill O'Reilly hanging out with the likes of Clint Eastwood out in California.
Awesome.
He made my day, guys.
That is pretty
very good. Very good,
that is
Bill.
Excellent. Anyway, thank you very much, Bill O'Reilly.
Okay, guys. Thanks for having me.
You're great as always. The great Bill O'Reilly. He make my day. Love that.